miners? Money King here. Today we're going to be talking about FluxCore. So let's get right into it. So we're going to talk about FluxCore today because I'm testing 4 different platforms for AI marketplace profitability for you. Okay, so we're talking about FluxCore, and I've been using it for about 5 days now, and it's been really great. You know, I've been constantly rented at about 26 cents. The power usage has been up and down. So there's been a couple days where it was like at 770 watts, and now there's a couple days where it's like at 80 something watts. So there's days where it's working, not working, waiting for workloads. So, you know, it's bringing that average down of your power usage pretty dramatically. Now, I don't know if it's going to be like this for every single, you know, workload you get, but this is just what is going on with the current workload that I have on my computer right now, right? So it's been a pretty good experience for me. The first thing we're going to get into is going to be the installation process. Now, I will be putting out a guide for my Kingsman members, so be sure to be a Kingsman member, and you can email me or find me in Discord, and you can, if you are a Kingsman, I will give you access to the Google Doc, and you can go to my guide. Now, the FluxCore guide, I'm going to rate between like a 6 and a 7 because the FluxCore itself, its installation isn't very hard. Now, there is some things you need to do in the installation during Ubuntu if you want FluxCore to actually pick up all of your hard drive space. So there is a particular way that you need to partition the drive. And they don't kind of go over that, so you can kind of get tripped up. So that's the only real thing in the installation that you need to go through. Once you run their wget script, it's actually really, really easy. The other part at the end of the installation, though, so you don't need to edit the computer so you're going to have to edit your host file. And what I mean by that is you're going to have to edit the computer that you're trying to access the, that you're trying to access to. So this way you're going to have to put like machine.1.remote.fluxcore, and the IP address in the host file. And this way you'll be able to actually access the rig. Because currently right now there is no rig management, so you do have to be on the local address, which is kind of annoying. So you can't just manage it from anywhere in the world unless you have VPN access. Now, as far as the user interface goes, this is where FluxCore really shines, and to me they get like a 10 out of 10 for this. Out of the 4 platforms that I'm testing, they have the best user interface, hands down. Easiest way to mine, to use your AI, all of the above, to get to be able to get rented and be on the actual AI, edge over there and do the proof of useful work. All of those things, extremely easy, user friendly. They have very good descriptions. They have good pictures. It's easy on the eyes. It's a very, very good user interface. So to me, they have the best user interface. Before we get into pricing and how their market works for that, if you guys could go, please check out themoneyking.com. That's 2 I's in Money King. Link in the description. Please go check out my new website. I just redid it all, and it looks really, really good. I also am now taking consulting. So if you guys want to talk about like AI, networking, crypto mining, ASIC mining, whatever, there is 30-minute and hour consulting times if you guys, want to do that. So link down below. So as far as the pricing for FluxCore, the Flux team actually controls this. And it could either be a pro or a con. So it's going to depend on what you guys think of it, right? Because if you can control your price, the issue with that is it's going to be a race down, to the bottom, right? Where like Vast and Clore really took a hit this summer in their pricing, and the actual rental rates went down significantly. The issue with this is everybody's racing down to get lower and lower and lower and lower until they get rented. Whereas Flux controls it, and they determine the pricing on their marketplace to keep the profitability and everything much more stable. And there isn't such wild swings in pricing for machines. So you could take this as a pro or a con. It's going to depend on how you view. So let's talk about how does payment work and penalties and things like that on FluxCore. So FluxCore, I'm still going to need to be familiar with clore.ai, but for Vast, you get paid every Friday, and Salad, you can take out earnings whenever you get them. Now, FluxCore, you need to actually wait until the job is complete. Now, you can do a four-stop and take a 20% hit on your revenue that you generated, right? The issue with this is I believe that this is going to impact your reliability score for you to get future jobs. And obviously, if you force quit too many, you may not be selected for certain jobs. So the reason that I believe that they did this is going to be to incentivize you to keep your machine up during the times when you do have workloads, right? And to keep you working. And this way they're able to make their customers happy. So you need to keep in mind that it may be a couple days, it may be 2 weeks, it may be a couple of months of you being on a consistent job. And this means that all of this money for power is coming out of your pocket until the job is completed. So with that being said, I wonder if they're going to roll out maybe a weekly or bi-weekly payout for these long extended jobs, because that is a significant amount of income that you do have to shell out while you are getting workloads. Now, with everything being said, what do I think about FluxCore? FluxCore is still in its very early stages, right? It is still a beta, so it's still actively being developed. But so are a lot of these other platforms. And that's what everybody needs to realize, that your platform is never done. It's never 100% perfect. You can always do better, right? So they're actively developing this still, and they're still coming out with tons of improvements. And, to me, Flux hit the mark. They said last time I talked, when I was there at Cypherpunk, it was going to be about a year, and that's where we're at. And I think they've done very well, and that they're really going to me, if you're going to be a miner and into AI, I think their platform will be the best platform. The only question is that since they are the newest platform, and this is the issue that they will face, is actually getting clients to come over to their platform and actually use FluxCore, because you have other platforms like vast.ai, TensorDoc, FluidStack, RunPod, Salad. I mean, I could go on forever. You know what I mean? There's tons of platforms out there. And so Vast is going to, not Vast, but FluxCore is going to need to build a clientele. And I'm hoping that they're able to keep the clientele and keep people coming in and keeping people like actually making money, right? Because that's how you're going to keep your GPUs around. Unfortunately, when it comes to like GPU mining or hosting, is we go where the money is, right? So we're not going to just keep our machines on for half a year making nothing, right? It makes no sense to do that when we can go to another platform and go make some revenue, right? So besides that, though, I'm extremely, extremely impressed with FluxCore. All the changes they've made and done. I'm excited for the future. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below, what you think about FluxCore. And which one do you think I should do the next video on? Should it be Vast, Clore, or Salad? I'll let you guys decide in the comments. Which one gets the most comments is the one I'll do the next video on. All right, this is the Money King giving you the most hashes, and I'll see you next time.